Somebody's trying to tell us something.
I knew her 40 years ago. We came close with a near miss, and it still is.
Wow, is that her? She's beautiful.
I am not romance my head off, McCormick.
Oh, I just had a vision. He's dead.
I didn't kill him, Mills.
Who else would kill Bob Gleason?
I didn't kill anyone.
Hey, hold it!
It's not a Warner Brothers musical, you know.
Milton C. Hardcastle is a retired judge from the Los Angeles Superior Court. Mark McCormick, an ex-race car driver turned thief, was Hardcastle's last case. McCormick has been placed in the judge's custody, and together they're going after 200 cases that walked out of Hardcastle's courtroom on technicalities.
Slow motion man, iron and steel in the palm of your hand. High, quiet heart, betting your life on the state of the art. Lay down the law, don't you let them cross the line. Under the hood, got the bad and the good, everybody's doing time.
Okay, Don. Got it in. Fine. I'm coming up. Yep.
I got another one here. Yeah, come to Marcus, you little red-eyed monster. Oh, look at the size of this bad boy. Oh, this is great. Hey, thought you said this was tough.
Hey, I'm letting you fish upstream from me, all right? You're getting first shot at him.
Oh, yeah?
Beginner's luck.
Sure, go on, get in there.
What do you got on there? Red snap lure, blue steelhead?
I got the Lubrac metric motor lure. It's hairpins taped to a lug nut. Tell you, Judge, it's all in the wrist action, you know? Like this one. This is the over-the-shoulder Annie Oakley mirror shot. Ready? Yeah! Oh, I got another one. Look at his size. Oh, this boy's a fighter. He must be from Jersey.
Okay, that's enough for breakfast. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Come on, you.
Beginner's luck.
Great idea. I never went fishing before.
What are you gonna eat?
I'm eating one of those trout. What do you think?
I don't think I saw you catch any trout.
Well, I didn't.
Oh, well, you were gonna eat one of mine, huh?
Well, sure. Well, that's traditional. You know, you share the catch, right? Sit around, tell fish stories, talk about the one that got away.
Yeah, well, you don't have any fish stories to tell. I mean, because all yours got away. If it weren't for me here, we'd have a severe hunger problem.
Hey, the Benny Goodman hour is on here. Hey, let's get some good music.
Great, a clarinet. Just what I needed. I don't think I could have made it past noon without hearing some clarinet music.
Listen to that riff, would you, McCormick? Listen to that.
That was Benny Goodman, Sing, Sing, Sing. And this bulletin just in, mountain climber and industrialist Chapin Chip Meadows died in a fall from Mount Whitney late yesterday. Sheriff's deputies are trying to recover the bodies, which had plummeted 2,000 feet into an ice crevasse. Chip Meadows was known as the man who turned the Regency Hotel chain around, making it one of the healthiest in America. Chip Meadows is survived by his wife, Jane Bigelow, film star of the 40s.
And now for some more hopelessly sterile music from the 40s. What's wrong? I was only kidding about the fish.
Yeah, I know that.
Did you know that guy, that hotel guy?
Nah, I never met him.
Oh, that's good. I mean, for a minute there, I thought we were off the hotel land, you know? Trying to find out why he fell off that mountain. And my heart really stopped because for a second there, I could just picture myself all dressed up as a bellhop carrying luggage trying to find clues or something, you know? Tell you what, you can have as many of my fish as you want.
Let's pack up and get out of here. Come on.
You're going to the funeral, aren't you? Aren't you? I mean, I'm gonna get to wear that silly little pillbox hat after all.
Come on.
Agent Mr. Cranwinkle. This'll cheer you up. This guy's walking through Grand Central Station, right? He's carrying these two really heavy suitcases. This other guy comes up to him and says, "Hey, buddy, you got the time?" This other guy says, puts the suitcases down. He looks at his watch. He says, "Yeah, it's 10 past 10. The guy says, "Wow, that's a pretty neat watch you got there, fella." The guy says, "Yeah, I know. It's got a TV here on the dial. It's got an EKG machine. It's got a shortwave radio on the back." The other guy says, "I've never seen a watch like that before. I'll give you $5,000 for that watch right now." The guy says, "No, are you kidding?" He says, "I made this watch myself in my garage. Listen to this. I made this watch myself in my garage." And the guy says, "All right, I'll give you $10,000 for it." $15,000. $15,000 cash for that watch right now. I said, "Yeah, sure, okay. For $15,000, I'll sell the watch." He takes the watch off. He gives it to the guy. The guy's walking away, checking out the watch. And the other guy picks up these two heavy suitcases and says, "Hey, don't you want the batteries?" You get it? He says, "Hey, don't you want the batteries?"
Yeah.
No, you see, now the guy paid $15,000 for a watch. I mean, a watch like that, though, it needed two 50-pound suitcases, 100 pounds of suitcase. "Hey, don't you want the batteries?" "You sure you get this?" Yep. Fishing can sure be fun. Go all the way up to the mountains, set up 200 pounds worth of gear, catch 2 fish, strike camp, come all the way back home. Elapsed time, 4 hours and 15 minutes. A new record, door to door.
Your attention, please. The Southern Pacific Coast Daylight for San Francisco is now boarding on track 9. All military personnel assigned to chair car 1027 Coast Daylight report to Station Master at East Concourse.
There's your fishing Creole.
Okay. The watch weighed 200 pounds because it had an EKG and a TV, and it took two
Judge, I wasn't going to give you a pop quiz on the joke. We were supposed to spend the weekend up in the mountains fishing. It's a lot of work to load that truck, especially when your fishing buddy just stands around giving orders. "Hey, kiddo, grab that tackle box. Hey, kiddo, pick up that tent. Hey, kiddo, grab it." We get all the way up there, we turn around, we come right back.
Well, what do you want? Explanation?
Yeah, I do.
It's too bad you're not going to get one.
Well, maybe I can help.
What are you going to help? Listen, I knew her 40 years ago. We came close. We had a near miss, and it still is.
Knew who? Who are you talking about? You're going to this Chip guy's funeral, huh?
You got anything better to do?
Let me get this straight, Judge. You used to be in love with Jane Bigelow, the old movie star, back in 1943, but she married this Captain Meadows. And now this guy Meadows is dead, and you, the old boyfriend, you're going to show up on the day of his funeral. I don't know, Judge. It's got kind of a slimy feel to it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I just thought, I don't know, I figured it's a part of my life that never got finished, so I thought I ought to do something.
Yeah, well, personally, I think it's all that Glenn Miller music you've been listening to.
Yeah. Well, she left me standing there in the train station, and she went and married this other guy, and I've been happy all these years without her anyway.
But you've been thinking about her? Especially since your wife died?
It's not a Warner Brothers musical, She just left me standing there in the station with the ring in my pocket. This is nuts. You're right. I'm not going.
No, I wouldn't go.
back in, will you please?
Your attention. Coast daylight passengers to San Francisco. All aboard, please.
Hey, you know what time it is? It's 3:25.
Slow down.
Who's up there? You okay?
Burglar upstairs.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm okay. I love to bleed. Get out of here. Get him. Outside.
Hey, hold it! What are you doing here? I thought you were going to the funeral.
Nah, you were right. I thought I'd come over here and see her when she got back. I see the second story, man.
Let me see that arm.
No, it's all right. Call the cops. Call the cops right there. There.
Wow, is that her?
What? Yeah, that's her.
She's beautiful.
Call the cops.
Let me get this straight, Milt. You haven't seen Jane Bigelow since 1943. Then you heard her husband died, and you came over here on the day of the funeral.
That's right.
Why?
Well, I was driving around and I sort of ended up here. I saw that window was broken and I don't know why.
I got an ambulance outside. I'm gonna need to take you to the hospital. You lost some blood, so I want to keep you overnight for observation.
Well, I don't want to be observed.
She love this guy.
On second thought, I will go. I don't want to be here when she gets back from the funeral because I feel dumb enough now.
Yeah, let's go.
A little dizzy, just...
Okay, take it easy.
Okay.
All right, listen. Don't worry about it. I'll get your statement in the morning. But my guess is burglars read the obituary in the newspaper, hit the house of the deceased in the belief that everybody was at the funeral.
Sure, they just didn't figure that a former boyfriend from 1943 would show up in a lovesick stupor and stumble into the robbery. That's...
Oh, McCormick, get enough of your shaky green routine.
Well, I'm sorry, Judge. I just don't know how to deal with this, that's all. This is not the same Milton C. Hardcastle I've come to know and love so well. It's crazy coming over here like this. What the hell was going through that brain of yours, anyway?
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. North America and all the ships that clip us at sea. Let's go to press. Flash, Hollywood. One of Hollywood's brightest stars, Jane Bigelow, and hotel owner Chapin Meadows plan to wed in August after her USO tour to the South Pacific. The happy bride-to-be tells this reporter that she is leaving the silver screen to devote full time to being a housewife. We'll miss you, Jane, and good luck.
Here she is, guys, the one and only Jane Bigelow.
How y'all doing tonight, huh? Whoa. We're gonna start the show in just a minute. But first of all, I've got a message for you from the girls back home. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna make you feel when you all finally get back home.
Hey.
Well, Milt, I must say, you're always good at getting attention. Going to my house after all of these years and getting yourself shot at. Now, That's a bit over the line.
You always said I had bad staging. You still know how to make an entrance.
You all right?
Sure. You?
You know, it isn't anything at all like the movies. You know, I would memorize lines, have little tears in my eyes. Everything I've said today has just seemed so loud.
People understand. Especially friends.
Is that why you came to my house today, Milt? Because you're my long-ago friend?
I think it's best to just let some time go by before you try to figure that one out.
You hear something strange? When your wife died, I drove all the way over to your house. I parked across the street. I sat there for a whole hour. I knew I couldn't go to the funeral. I didn't even know her. Besides, Chip wouldn't have understood. I knew I couldn't call you. And yet, somehow, I knew I had to be there. Well, she was your wife. But I was your long-ago girl.
I guess it makes some sense after all.
Why did you leave me? Why didn't you come to the train depot? You know, I waited there for 5 hours. The red cap thought I had roots growing through the tiles.
I was there. I was standing there all day with a ring in my pocket. I waited till my train left.
I was at the Pacific Electric for 5 hours.
You were where?
I was at the Pacific Electric for 5 hours waiting.
Pacific Electric?
Yeah, so? What's so funny about that?
My train went from the Union Station. I was in Union Station.
You're in the Union Station?
It's the Union Station.
Oh, that... That's not funny. Milton, that's not funny. Oh, you know, somebody up there must have been telling us something.
Well, maybe it was all for the best.
Yeah, I guess. You know, when I was 6 years old, I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew I wanted a castle with pink walls and golden spires, and I knew I wanted jewels, and I knew I wanted a prince with yellow hair and a noble spirit. And then when I was 16, my mother took me to Hollywood, where princes were in very short supply, and all castles had white stucco walls. But you know, I knew I'd find him. I just knew it. And then one day, when I was working at the USO, I saw him. He was wearing a captain's uniform. He was punching out a lieutenant colonel over the donuts.
I was very long a noble spirit.
I don't know how I knew. I just knew. And for the next 6 weeks, he was my best friend. He was my confidant. He was my true love. And then he was gone.
On the wrong train.
On the wrong train.
What about Chip?
I loved him. He was a good husband. He was a good friend. We could never ride across the river together. We could never speak without using words.
please.
Hello.
Whoa.
What's going on, as if I need to ask?
Nothing. Judge Hardcastle, this is Andra Mason.
Hi.
Andra's in my night
you?
school class. She just came over with the homework.
Homework, sure.
Yeah, well, I got a scoop, Mark. I'll see you later.
Okay. Hey, handshake, that's all.
Nice to meet you, Judge.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
There you go. Dum-dum. Night school, huh?
Yeah, just signed up.
What are you taking, advanced carburetor or something equally rewarding?
I'm taking 18th century literature.
Literature? Oh, I remember literature. Yeah, a lot of good-looking girls take literature.
Exactly. What are you doing out of the hospital? You weren't supposed to be released until tomorrow.
I know, I wasn't. See, I just jumped out the window.
That's the kind of stuff that saves you for me, Judge. It really does.
I talked to Lieutenant Childs an hour ago. Now, you want to know what the burglar took from Jane's house? Huh?
Let's see. What was missing from Jane Bigelow's house? Your sense of humor was definitely missing.
Last year's tax records. That's all the guy took.
Oh, what?
Well, why would a thief want to take Chip Meadows' tax records?
I don't know.
Well, neither do I. In your police report, you said the car you took a shot at was red with an orange trim, right?
Yes.
Okay, you also said that it had a bumper sticker with something that looked like a soldier on it, right?
It was like a parking sticker.
Okay, look at this. Now, this paper was in my hospital room. Look at that. Now, you see that thing right there? Does that look familiar, huh?
That's it. That's the symbol.
Okay, then the guy that was in Jane's house is working for that paper.
Wait a minute. What are we doing here, Judge? Why can't we let the police handle this just for once?
No, we can't do that.
Oh, I see. What are you going to do? You're going to go out there and you're going to catch this guy single-handedly for Jane Bigelow, right? So that she doesn't think you've turned from a young, dashing, handsome army captain into a grisly old judge, right?
Hey, you want to know something funny?
What?
I was standing in the Union Pacific station with a ring in my pocket, and she was at the Pacific Electric waiting to tell me yes. Huh?
Well, Judge, everybody's life revolves around one or two critical moments. I know mine sure has.
Yeah, but all these years, see, I thought she stood me up and she thought I stood her up. And what it really was, we were in two separate railroad stations, huh?
I'm just...
Now, does that need violins or a rim shot?
Judge, I'm just saying that you can let the police handle this. They're very good at it. Take it from a guy who's been busted a lot.
I'm better.
Oh, no. Come on, Judge.
Watch this. Okay. Sentinel? Let me talk to you guy in charge of your parking spaces, will you? Hello? Well, this is Dave Frederickson, editorial. This is the third time this week that somebody's taken my parking stall. Well, it's red with an orange trim. Do you see it? I don't see the sense in having assigned parking if just anybody can park anywhere. Whose car is it? Yeah. Okay. No, I'll call myself. Thanks a lot. Okay, Bob Gleason, reporter. Gleason. 1628 Ocean Drive.
Oh, wait a minute, Judge. All right, we're going to go over there, right? What are we going to do? And what are we going to do when we get there?
We're going to look at the guy's fender and see if you put any holes in it with my gun.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And then we're calling the police. All right, Judge, you've lost a lot of blood. You should be in bed.
Come on, I'm cooking here. Come on.
This guy recovers way too fast. Way too fast for me.
That's a lousy pattern, McCormick.
Well, at least I didn't stand in front of him wearing a dopey grin and let him shoot me, you know? Yeah, Judge, don't you think it's time we called the boys in blue in on this?
Look at this.
I don't want to.
Come on. Look at that. It's dead. It's still warm. Bob Gleason.
Judge, we really have to call the police.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I didn't kill him!
Another case of bad staging, huh?
Well, the more I think about it, the less sense it makes.
What I was doing at Bob Gleason's house, you mean?
You don't have to tell me anything. If you're indicted, you have to go to trial. I'm going to be called as a witness for the prosecution. That means I've got to put you at the scene of the crime.
What good are friends, right?
Listen, I don't think you did it. Unless you changed an awful lot. But Bob Gleason came to your house and he's told your tax records and he took a shot at me. And the big question for me is, how did you know it was him? You went over to his house. You say he was dead already?
Bob Gleason was a reporter for the Sentinel. A friend of mine who works on the paper told me that Gleason was planning a very damaging story about Chip, even though he was dead. A story about his embezzling money from the hotel chain.
You mean this guy breaks into your house and shoots me in the name of investigative reporting?
I only met him once, Milt, when he came to talk to Chip, but he was very unstable. He even threatened Chip. I don't really think he was right in the head.
But you went over there to try to talk him out of writing the article?
What good would it do to write the article now? I went over to plead with him not to do it, but he was dead already.
Was Chip an embezzler?
Chip was my husband, Milt. I loved him very much. His memory is very important to me.
That's not an answer.
I thought you were my friend.
I am. Listen, right now, you've got a Class A motive for killing this guy to protect your husband's reputation. Now, do you think he could be an embezzler?
I don't think so.
Listen, I've got Dave Mattson for you. He is a very good attorney. Now, you just tell him everything you told me, okay?
You do believe me, don't you, Milt?
Still doesn't make any sense, but I'm trying. Well, I don't know where to go next with this thing. There's a great big chunk missing right out of the middle. She was right, you know. We could talk without using words. You know how it... No, you wouldn't know it. We'd both think of the same joke at the same time. And we'd start laughing, and we'd both know what joke it was.
This is really neat, Judge. You're over there romancing your head off, and I'm stuck here by myself trying to do the violin.
I am not romancing my head off, McCormick. I'm trying to think out loud here. Now, I can still read her pretty well. And I would say that right now, she suspects her husband just might have done that embezzling. So if she didn't kill that reporter, then maybe old Chip had a partner in the crime, and he did it, huh? To keep the roof from falling in?
Well, you need to get your hands on Bob Gleason's notes, that's all.
Well, the paper is not going to release his notes. That's a First Amendment stronghold there. Hold it, wait a minute. No, I know that smile.
What smile?
You know what smile. I don't want you breaking in there and burglarizing that newspaper office.
Now, do you think I would do... Why would I do something like that?
Because you like the risk, that's why.
And you think I would risk a 10-year sentence to bail you out of a 40-year emotional crisis?
Yes.
No.
And then let me put it this way to you. If you try it, see, if you try, I'm going to take you in and I'll book you myself.
I know you would do that. That's why I'm not going to do it.
All right.
I've never even seen one of her movies.
You haven't seen her? Oh, I got them on cassettes here. I got all of them. Listen, here. Okay, Possessed. That was made in 1943. She's gorgeous in that. What do you see? Now watch this. It's my favorite scene. This is not the beginning. This is... Look at it.
Thanks. Please don't think I'm being forward, but I've seen you here before. I travel to Coronado every night. You're almost getting to be a fixture. I was curious.
It's quiet here. I can think.
Lonesome?
No, not really.
I bet you're thinking about a girl.
Haven't got a girl.
No man has a girl back home when he's talking to a girl in San Diego.
Look, lady, I'm not one of those guys. There are a lot of things that mean more to me than a few minutes of conversation.
I bet you really don't have a girl.
I said I didn't.
Forgive me, I shouldn't have bothered you.
Miss,
The completely honest Gyrene. You are one for the books. You should have said 25 to impress me.
I talked to the DA. Bail's $200,000. I'm putting it up. What's that look supposed to mean?
Doesn't mean anything. It's your money. You can do what you want with it.
Good. I'm glad you're seeing it my way for a change. What's this?
Beats me.
Where'd it come from?
Where'd what come from?
You know what that is. That's Bob Gleason's notes.
No, that can't be.
You went and did it, didn't you, huh? You broke into that newspaper office, didn't you?
I did not.
You did. There it is.
I didn't.
It's right there. Okay.
Judge.
The publishing offices of the Southern California Sentinel were broken into at 2 a.m. this morning. Nothing appears to have been taken. Police surmise that the burglar may have been looking for money.
There you go. Nothing was taken. Now, if it had been me, they would have lost plenty. We both know that, right? I rest my case. I'm sorry.
Except this was taken. They didn't know about that. They didn't know it was there.
That's going to be pretty tough to prove, Judge. There's no witnesses, no fingerprints, and I got a pretty good alibi by the name Vondra Mason.
McCormick?
Instead of jumping all over me, why don't you read it? See what's inside of it. What does it say?
You know very well what's inside it. Now, we're going to take this with us. Come on. You took a big chance for me.
I didn't do anything, Judge. I'm clean this time.
What's all that?
I don't know. Maybe the guy who took the file stole my car.
Oh, that's your guess, huh?
Wait a second, Judge. Whoa. Whoa, I'm getting some strong vibes off this car. Oh, yeah, it's talking to me. Cars do that. I saw it on TV once, yeah. Oh, it's telling me, it's telling me that somebody didn't want the guy who took the file to take that file.
What does somebody look like?
I don't know, I wasn't there.
Well, what if you were there? What do you think he might look like?
Oh! Oh, I just had a vision. Oh, Judge, the vibes off this car. The attacker was in a gray four-door.
Could you vibe me up a license plate?
Partial plate, 673.
That's very cute, McCormick.
This is bad news.
Seems so.
Bob Gleason's notes. How did you get these?
Well, I've got this elf that breaks into offices and gets me things. Your husband took his passport with him when he went to Mount Whitney. He also took a 7-month supply of the medicine he takes for depression. Now, Bob Gleason didn't break into your house to steal tax records. He was trying to find proof that your husband's still alive, and I think there's a very good chance he is.
That's not true.
He was embezzling money from his own company. And he knew that Gleason could prove it. So he took his passport and his medicine. He went to Mount Whitney. And he set up what would look like his own death. And in the process, he killed another man named Don Bates.
No. I don't believe that. I don't believe any of that.
Bates was the controller in the company. He had to be Chip's partner in the embezzlement. Now, Chip could have left the country. But he found out that Gleason had him figured to be alive, so he had to take care of Gleason, too. And he did. He took a shot at McCormick when he was in the office looking for that.
McCormick's alleged presence in that newspaper office is a fact that has never been established.
You were in on this, weren't you, Jane?
How can you say that? How can you even think that?
Well, I said it because I wanted to see what shows in your eyes. Life's taught me a couple of tough lessons, but I learned to be a good judge of character, too, and I believe you.
Put your arm around me. Put your arm around me. Now you're cooking.
You okay?
Yeah, I was just thinking. If this is true, then he's as good as dead anyway, isn't he?
He's gonna be away for a long time.
You know, for the last few years, he's been different. Deep depressions, drinking a lot. Through it all, I loved him. Maybe I loved the memory of him, I don't know.
Where is he now?
How could I possibly know that?
You know him. You might know where he would go.
Do you own a gray car and the first numbers on the plate are 673?
Yes. That's the car that we use at our house in Arrowhead.
you stay in the truck.
Don't shoot him, please, Milt.
I'll try not to.
He hasn't changed a bit.
No, I kind of figured that, man.
Come on. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's it. Who are you?
Well, back from the grave, are you? Which way would he go?
I don't know. There's a car rental place at the south side of the island.
Listen, buddy, I gotta borrow your boat. Police business. Are you a cop? Well, no, but you better call one.
Oh, let's stop that thing right.
Judge, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Wish it had been different, that's all.
I'm so glad I'm going to take the train. I haven't been on one in 30 years.
Excuse me, didn't you used to be Jane Bigelow?
That's right. I used to be Jane Bigelow.
I thought so. See, Doris, I won. It's her. You owe me $5.
Oh, boy. My main value to my public these days is winning bets for them.
Well, do you think you're gonna stay up there in San Francisco?
Your attention, please.
I don't know.
Arriving passenger G.
Well, at least I will until the end of Chip's trial. You know, I'm very popular. Both the defense and the prosecution wants me. And my sister lives in the city. She's got a couple of kids. Maybe I'll babysit
Amtrak
for a
train
while.
776.
Why don't I get a red cap?
Now arriving on track 12.
It's a great idea, McCormick. We'll wait right here, right?
I'm sorry the way everything turned out.
Yeah, it was kind of a no-win ending, huh? Milt, where were you standing when you were waiting for me?
Right there.
Right here. Oh, my gosh. I wonder what would happen if we went back and lived it all over again.
Well, I tell you what. When the trial's over and you've got all this stuff sorted out in your mind, you call me, okay?
You think maybe it might be better just to let it be a memory?
Didn't you used to be Jane Bigelow?
Didn't you used to be the yellow-haired prince?
All the yellow hair came out of my comb 20 years ago.
No. To be a yellow-haired prince, all you need is a noble spirit, Milt, and you have that. You were born with that. You'll die with it.
Coast Daylight to Oxnard.
Okay.
Santa Barbara, San Luis.
I will call.
San Francisco. Now boarding on track.
Maybe we'll ride across the river together and see if we can still talk without using words.
Hey, at least we're both in the right station.
Yeah, you're right.
You got the time?
3:10.
Hey, that's a neat watch.
It's not for sale.
Huh?
You couldn't carry the batteries.
Mr. and Mrs. Top Fuel.
Would you like to?
Yes.
Is it because I'm married?
That's Mrs. O'Connell.
Don't do it again.
I'm her husband.
You're a loser, pal. You're an ex-con. With half a push, you're gonna be right back in prison.
$75,000?
What is it for? A race car.
Just don't break it.
Slow motion man, iron and steel in the palm of your hand. High, quiet heart, betting your life on the state of the art. Lay down the law, don't you let 'em cross the line. Under the hood, got the bad and the good. Everybody's doing time. Heat is on. Heat is on. It's on the street. Heat is on.
Oh, man. This is great, isn't it? Oh, yeah, great. 110 in the shade. I'm choking to death on the fumes.
Johnny, this is America.
This is not America. America's 50 miles over that way. Shining seas, amber waves of grain. This is a desert.
You know, it kind of smells like your first day at school.
It smells like paint thinner.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to
Here's his pet.
Race at the Orange County Raceway.
Mr.
Have the racing
Slick.
lineup for the opening heat in just a moment.
Bet you don't remember when I blew your boss off the line back at Lancaster Raceway.
Wasn't there?
Yeah, but I was.
Thanks, Sammy.
All right. How you doing there, Skid?
Not as good as you, Sammy. I see you still got the same hot sponsor. It's nice.
Yeah, well, you win 3 championships in a row, and they give you your own motorhome, free flame-proof socks, a couple pages in People magazine. You know how it is. You know, Skid, you should have kept driving in a straight line instead of trying to go road racing. Too many turns, you know what I mean?
Tell me about it. Judge, Sidewinder Sammy O'Connell. Judge Milton C. Hardcastle.
How you doing? Good to
Hi. Sidewinder is a snake.
Yeah, it is. See you around, huh, Sammy?
Hey, Skid, how about I say hello to the wife for you? Sure Kiki'd love to hear from you.
Nah, she thinks about me enough. But you already know that, don't you?
Hey, cool out, Sammy. We got sponsors all over the place.
Nice meeting you, Sam.
Okay, what's that all about, huh? You dragged me down here to meet this guy, the big Class A fuel champion? Supposed to be an old friend of yours? You stand there doing the dozens on each other. That's a big thrill for me.
Actually, I wanted you out here to keep me from hitting him in the face with a tire iron.
What do I do? Guess the rest of it?
That creep stole my girl. Married her, too.
Ah, still bothers you? Yeah, I used to be crazy for a girl named Wendy Belter. She married a podiatrist. Well, she could have had me. Now she lives with a guy that smells like feet, so.
Her name was Kiki Cutter.
Oh, the drag racer. Yeah, she was a champion.
Yeah, it runs in the family, Judge. Sammy O'Connell and Kiki Cutter. Mr. and Mrs. Top Fuel.
And now, that very special event you've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, the former record holder in the quarter mile, twice NDRA world champion, and one of the prettiest women to ever jump into a race car, Miss Kiki Cutter! And for the second time in 2 years, Mr. and Mrs. Top Fuel are going to go at it for the quarter mile title. Any comments, Sammy?
Well, I just hope if I beat her that Kiki will still cook me dinner.
You're probably a lousy cook.
Okay, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the final heat of the day here at Orange County Raceway, and Kiki Cutter is knocking at the door of another world record. Now in lane B, driving a hand-built rail out of Encino, California, Sidewinder Sammy O'Connell. Now these two may be husband and wife, but the quarter mile is no place for hugs and squeezes. Keep your eyes on the Christmas tree, folks. We're about ready for the green light. There they go! Uh-oh, Kiki Cutter's in trouble. Her car's out of control.
Dr. Finney, you have a call in the East Lounge. Dr. Finney.
Static EEG for Harder.
Miss?
Yeah, Dr. Collins is on his way.
Miss?
Yes.
Kiki Cutter?
Yes.
Can I see her?
Are you family?
Yes. No. I'm her husband.
Julian Saunders, please report to the OR. Julian Saunders to the OR.
Her first husband.
Settle down.
I'm sorry, only close families allowed in.
All right, she's my sister. Look.
He's kind of upset. Listen.
What the hell are you doing here, McCormick? Doctor, my name is Mark McCormick. Is there any way I can see Miss Cutter?
That's Mrs. O'Connell.
We're not going to get into that now. I care about her. I want to see her.
Yeah, well, it's a little late, because it doesn't look like she's going to make it.
Will Dr. Tyler see the patient in room 437?
She's not going to die, is she?
The next 24 hours are very critical. Miss Cutter has a severe head injury. Her helmet absorbed most of the impact, but there is some very specific swelling on the brain.
Well, isn't there anything you can do?
Wait. If the swelling goes down, she can walk out of here in a couple of days. But I'm sure she'll be happy to know that you care.
Will her husband care?
I try not to judge.
Well, I can't do anything now.
Yeah, we can wait.
Want me to wait with you?
No, that's right, Judge.
Take it easy.
Listen,
No.
Parkins, did Dr. Collins get the EEG on Harder yet? Room 229?
I'm not sure, Doctor. It wasn't my shift.
Well, nursing is a 24-hour day job, Parkins. I suggest that you find out.
I almost got over what you did to me. So I guess that means I forgive you, huh? You were pretty young. We're both young. And you just had a faster heart, that's all. Live, Kiki. Dr. Tanner?
Call security. Put an armed guard on Kiki Cutter's room.
Dr. Lipsitz, chief surgeon in charge of breaking and entering.
I had to see her, Judge.
Sure you did. You any idea who this guy is?
No, at first I thought it was Dr. Tanner, but when he saw me, he took off. And the syringe smelled like almonds.
Yeah, well, I'm having the lab dust the place for prints. I don't think we're going to come up with anything because a shot of cyanide in the middle of the night is pretty professional.
They might try again.
Who'd want to kill her anyway? She's not married to Al Capone.
I don't know.
Did you get a description of the car, a partial plate, anything?
Did better.
When the hell did you get that?
Sometimes a little luck is worth all the skill in the world. I got lucky. Judge, I don't think Kiki's crash was an accident.
What you think don't count. I want facts. Hard evidence, okay?
I'll see what I can do.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
Hey, listen, come here. Remember, masquerading as a doctor in the middle of the night's one thing. You take a fall, now you're going back inside.
I know.
Front gate, Wilson here.
Yeah, Wilson, listen, do me a favor, huh?
Who is this?
This is Tony Farrell, O'Connell's ranch at Building 10. Do me a favor.
I ain't got nobody signed in here for Building 10 tonight.
That's because we've been working on Cutter's rail for the past 2 days. Where you been? Listen, I ordered out for some pizzas. Do me a favor. When they get here, could you bring them back for me?
Who's gonna watch the gate?
Oh, come on, Wilson, be a guy.
No.
Then send the delivery guy back when he gets here, all right? We're starving here.
He got a pass?
He doesn't have a pass. He delivers pizza.
That's your break for the month, huh? I got my orders to follow here.
I got a pizza here, everything but anchovies. Building 10?
You gotta take it back yourself.
Come on, I've got 7 more pies to deliver.
Sounds like a personal problem to me. 10's 3 lanes back on the left.
Thanks, Cap. You're a real prince.
Tommy Farrell, Building 10.
What happened to Tony?
Who?
Tony Farrell, the guy who called me about the pizza.
Oh, Tony Farrell. Yeah, he's my brother. He's in the can. What can I do for you?
Take a message?
This is Wilson, Gate 1. We got a security breach, Building 10. All units!
Hey.
You want some pizza? It's cold, but it's good.
Where you been?
I couldn't sleep last night, so I went out for a ride, get something to eat. Want some?
Listen to this. An attempted burglary at Sandstone Industrial Park was thwarted last night by Chief Security Officer Theodore Wilson. A suspect described as a 30-year-old white male with curly hair and driving a red sports car entered the headquarters of O'Connell Racing Enterprises.
Come on, Judge. There's a million guys with curly hair in a red sports car in Los Angeles.
Disguised as a pizza delivery man, the suspect bluffed his way past security. Don't tell me people are still falling for that one.
They still fall for that one. Want to read me my rights?
Okay. You care enough about this girl to risk going inside? What can I tell you? I'll tell you what I'll tell you. Don't do it again. You find anything?
Yeah. It's the tie rod in front of Kiki's car. Judge, it's been sawed almost in half. Just enough to break under the power load when she hits the gas. Now, someone is definitely trying to kill her, and I think I know who.
I would definitely say so. Oh, the hospital called her this night. And she's out of danger. The swelling's going down. She's going to be okay.
Thank God.
Now, listen. Whoever tried to kill her has got to have access to the team. They got to get to the car. It's got to be somebody in the racing business, right?
It's got to be her old man.
Oh, come on. I know you don't like the guy.
Judge, it's got nothing to do with whether I like him or not.
Oh, or that he stole her away from you, huh?
No, listen, Kiki means absolutely nothing to me now.
She could mean 5 to 10 for breaking and entering.
Did you run the plate?
Yeah. Belongs to some carpool out in the valley and an insurance broker. It's got nothing to do with Sammy O'Connell.
Well, I think we should talk to her anyway. In fact, I think we should bring her out here until we find out what's going on.
Oh, just long enough for you to make some moves on her, huh?
No.
Okay. You wind up cutting your ear off for this, babe. Don't blame me. It's not my fault.
Relax, I can't even paint.
Love, the ugly drug. Cha-cha-cha.
Yes?
Hi.
Hi.
You okay?
My head feels like I drank a case of champagne.
I'm glad you're all right.
Mark,
Don't forget it.
No, I have to say this.
There's nothing to say. I'm just glad you're okay.
I almost called 1,000,000 times.
Why not?
I guess I was afraid another woman might answer the phone.
Did you talk to Detective Henderson?
All morning. Mark, no one is trying to kill me. I lost control of my car and it crashed. It happens.
Kiki, these are from the right front corner of your car. It's sawed almost in half. And the lab report came back on that midnight vitamin you almost got. It's cyanide.
Now, Hal Jenkins told me you were the best in the business.
Yeah, well, Hal Jenkins was right. And one of the reasons is because I'm not stupid. The price goes way up when your old lady's got the second string sitting in her room. There's no way I was going to pull the trigger in the hospital.
So? This means you won't out?
Oh, no. What it means is I want to renegotiate. With someone coming in from the other side now, it's going to cost you another 50 large. That's right. We don't know who was casing your race shop. Could have been anybody. Could be I got to kill them, too. Them and your old lady.
Sammy and I may not have been Bogart and Bacall, but he would not try to kill me. He loves me.
Oh, please. He never loved you.
Come on.
He didn't. I did. He did.
Would you try to get past that male ego of
This
yours?
has got nothing to do with male ego. I am 3 times the man, the driver, and the lover that Sammy O'Connell ever hoped to be. It's got nothing to do with male ego.
Hey, I don't care who loved who the most or who got whose heart broken, how many times, for whatever reason. Okay, we're looking at an attempted murder here. Now, can you help us with that? Can you think of anything?
No. I mean, why would Sammy want me out of his life? I'm going to be out of it anyway.
What do you mean?
I filed for divorce.
Well, thanks for telling me.
Hey, come on.
We didn't want anybody to know until after the racing season was over. I mean, it wouldn't exactly be good press for America's perfect motorsport marriage.
You have any trouble about the settlement?
No, we're splitting everything right down the middle. I pay the therapist and he pays off the credit cards. So I ask you again, why would Sammy want to kill me? I mean, I'm not giving him any trouble.
That is simple. Kiki, let's face it. You are Sammy's only real competition on the track. Now, if you go out and start to run independently, come back and beat him, you will clean up in the press and sponsorship and everything.
Mark, that is absurd.
It's not absurd.
Listen, you ever hear of Hal Jenkins? He's an insurance broker out in the valley, Van Nuys Sherman Way.
No, why?
I don't know why. It fits in someplace. Well, I'm going to go make some phone calls. See if you can not beat each other up, will you?
You know, I never got a chance to tell you, you look great. You look great.
Post-adolescence. I grew up, I gave up my paper route. I even gave up on you.
I guess you hate me, don't you?
No.
No, but when I think about what you did to me, well, let's just say I could never have been in love with a girl like that. I was wrong. And my girl never existed.
I'm sorry. I made a mistake.
It doesn't hold a candle to the mistake I made about you, Kiki. You told me you were pregnant just so I'd ask you to marry me, and that would force Sammy into asking the same question. Check and checkmate. The perfect move. Why would you do something like that?
Because Sammy won the championship that season and you didn't.
So for you, it all came down to a career move?
I was 21 years old. I think I've changed.
Have you?
I told you I'm leaving Sammy.
You're not leaving him for me.
No. For me. But I wouldn't mind if you were there.
Chad. Maybe I ought to wear a bell around my neck. Well, there's nothing much on Jenkins. He looks clean, anyway. Does mostly auto liability and stuff like that. He fire and theft, he insures warehouses.
What about the car I chased out of the parking lot?
Well, I think we ought to ask him about that personally. You know, get up close and have a look in his eyes and see if they bounce a little.
Well, what can I do for you?
Well, sir, we might as well lay this out. You heard about Mrs. O'Connell's wreck last week.
Yes, I read about it in the paper. You certainly look like you've recovered.
I was very lucky.
Well, maybe. Anyhow, Hal, you don't mind I call you Hal?
Not at all.
Good. I hate formality. Gets in the way of pretty girls and good meals. Hal, while Mrs. O'Connell was recovering in a hospital, somebody came in there and tried to kill her. And if it hadn't been for McCormick here, why, she might be in the big racetrack in the sky, you know. Anyhow, the point is that the fellow who tried to do her in was driving a loaner, a car that was registered to this company.
Well, that's surprising, isn't it?
Sure is.
If you have a description of the car, I can turn it into dispatch, and I'll see what I can do to help you.
We already did that, and dispatcher said it never left the lot.
What can I do?
Well, you probably can't, but something's going on, and we thought you ought to know about it, because we know about it, and you ought to know that we know. You see, as you put 10 pounds of mud in a 5-pound bag, and sooner or later, the seams are going to break. Take it easy, Hal. Why don't you sign something for Hal's kids there? I'm sure they'd be big on that.
Listen, if there's anything at all that I can do...
Oh, we won't hesitate. Thanks a lot, Hal.
Jake, it's Hal.
When Sammy and I get the thing straightened out, I think I'll go for a long week on the beach somewhere.
You don't think I'm right about him, do you?
I can't. I spent 7 years of my life with Sammy, and we had some good times.
What about your racing career?
That's over. That last race was going to be my last win or lose. I was ready to hang it up.
Does Sammy know that?
Nobody knew that.
I'll tell you what, you can sleep upstairs. I'll take the couch here, okay?
Mark, it's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to?
Yes.
But you won't. Is it because I'm married?
It's because this time I'm afraid I wouldn't get over you.
Good night.
Oh, come on, kids, give it a break, will you? It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
You're right. It has been a long time.
Timing. What? What are you doing?
Judge, you don't need the gun. She's a very pretty girl.
Call the police!
Goodbye.
Okay?
Yeah.
Well, what do you know? Jake Thomas.
You know this guy?
I used to. He's dead.
You're a lucky guy, Milt. The precinct had a bonus on Jake Thomas since '81. 2 weeks in Bermuda. I lost 3 officers trying to win that trip.
Well, now, what is a guy that heavy doing hooked up with Sammy O'Connell?
Well, we don't know that for sure. But it can't be a coincidence he made a run at you and Kiki right after we saw Jenkins.
Yeah, but the tie rod was sawed in half already, Judge. That's what got us into this thing.
Yeah, well, I want to take a closer look at this Jenkins character. If you see O'Connell, see if you can get him to burp. You could be right about it, you know. Give it a try. Can you get me a search warrant for Hal Jenkins?
Which Friday, Milt?
Call Hollywood Park, Jockey Club, Suite 310, Judge Peters, tell him it's for me.
So, Kiki is going to be okay?
Yeah, from what I understand. She was released 2 days ago. She's going to be fine.
You haven't seen her?
Well, I got a big race coming up on Sunday, Steve. It's a busy life. Kiki and I have an understanding. After all, we're both professional race car drivers.
Well, the rumor was that the two of you were going to split up and Kiki was going to retire.
Kiki and I have never been happier. And if she does decide to retire, well, it might just be to have a baby.
If you don't have her killed first. I, Mark McCormick.
Steve, never got the chance to thank you for that piece in Raceway News, From Pit Lane to Prison. Ooh, nice touch, huh?
What are you doing here, McCormick?
Oh, I figured the press ought to know what's going on with the old sidewinder here. Thought they might wonder why Kiki's crash was caused by a sawed tie rod, that someone tried to kill her while she was in the hospital, about the divorce, and about a guy named Hal Jenkins. He figures in this somewhere. I'm just not sure how.
Yeah, some people never get over losing, you know what I mean, guys? You know, I blew you off that racetrack, McCormick. I stole your best girl, and she and I made it bigger than you ever had the guts to even dream about. You're a loser, pal. You're an ex-con. With half a push, you're gonna be right back in prison. Trying to discredit me is not gonna change any of that.
Maybe not.
Why don't you go out there and steal another car, huh? Let these guys interview a world champion. Sound good to you, doesn't it, Skid? Hmm? Can you believe this guy? Huh?
I'm gonna find that missing piece, Sam. Bet on it.
You can't do this. Oh, yes, I can. Read that warrant. Aha. Here we are. Colonel. Colonel file's a little thin, isn't it?
I must have over 100 customers with the last name of O'Connell.
Yeah, well, we only want to hook you up with this one. Now, I suggest you take Mr. Jenkins downtown for questioning and book him on charges.
What charges?
Well, it depends on what this piece of paper means.
Court's closed, Judge. We can't formally book him till Monday morning.
You mean he's going to have to spend the weekend in jail? Good. That'll give us a couple of days to string all this together.
You can't do this.
Yes, I can. Yes. There's still a couple of wrinkles left in the law that work for the good guys, Hal, and one of them is probable cause. Probable cause. Remember that, Hal?
All right, all right.
What'd you find out?
I found out that O'Connell can still make me feel like a loser. That's what I found out.
Well, he's gonna get his turn. Look at that.
Addresses?
What's the first one?
4272 Hamilton Drive.
Okay, what's the next address?
145 East Park.
Okay. Now it's starting to make sense. Jake Thomas is torching these buildings for Hal Jenkins, and then Jenkins is collecting the insurance money, and then he washes that money through Sammy O'Connell's racing outfit. And Sammy's got all that hot equipment because he's got a lot of surplus dollars. That's a very smart operation.
Well, then why would O'Connell want to kill Kiki?
He probably didn't want to at first, and she filed for divorce. California's got community property laws. Accountants start going through his books. They're going to come up with a couple of $1 million he can't call prize money. You got motive and method and opportunity. Guess we have the cops pick up O'Connell.
Could we wait a day on this?
Don't you want to get this guy?
I do. But before he goes to jail, I want a chance to beat him, Judge. I want it. I want to give him something to think about while he's inside.
Because he stole your girl?
No. Because he's the kind of a guy who needs to know what it feels like to lose, and lose bad.
I don't know. It's kind of vindictive.
I know. Look, I've never asked you for any favors before. I'm asking you for this one.
Well, we can't charge him formally till Monday anyway. I guess we can get a couple undercover cops, hang with him on the weekend so he doesn't leave town. Okay.
I'm gonna need some help with this.
Give you all the help you need. Got my word. I don't like arsonists.
Thanks.
Well, if you've got enough money, you could always buy a competitive ride. But look, Mark, you don't have to do this. Not for me. I mean, Sammy will get what he deserves.
I'm not doing it for you. But it's a dumb idea. I think we should.
No, listen. I'd like to see you beat this guy myself. What do we have to do?
Well, I could call a couple of teams and check into renting their A car.
We better forget it, Judge. Really, just...
Okay, hey, listen. I said I was going to help with this, and I'm going to do it. Here, what does it cost?
For a one-off ride, just for the weekend? $75,000.
$75,000?
$75,000.
$75,000.
Well, taking into account the property you inherited from your late wife as collateral, we have no problem with loaning you the money.
But Mr. Hardcastle is your banker. It is my responsibility to ask you, what is it for?
Oh, for a car.
A car?
Car.
A race car. I see. Well, let's hope it's a fast one.
I don't know how to thank you, Judge.
Don't mind that. Just don't break it.
Well, we have a special treat for you here today, race fans. Mark McCormick is going up against Sammy Sidewinder O'Connell in what can only be described as a grudge match. Now, years ago, when McCormick was running Top Fuel, O'Connell blew his doors off and stole his girlfriend, Miss Kiki Cutter, now O'Connell's lovely wife. And one can't help but wonder if McCormick might be trying to take this opportunity to do the same thing to O'Connell.
Yeah, Al Jenkins, please. Yes, this is an emergency. What do you mean? He didn't tell you where he went? All right, look. Have him call Sammy O'Connell at the Speedway right away when you talk to him. Tell him this is an emergency, all right? Yeah, thank you.
We've got another beautiful day for racing here at the Orange County Raceway, ladies and gentlemen, and we're just moments away from our exciting opening race.
Oh. Hey, Leroy, we'll get you started. Hey, you really gonna run against this guy?
What the hell happened here?
Look, all I know is Kiki is pushing the organizer about this thing. She's your old lady, but let me tell you, pal, she's still got a lot of clout.
What kind of ride does McCormick have?
Ray Preston's.
Any words from the team owner?
Oh, just go fast enough to win and get it back in one piece. I don't want to have to sell a coyote.
I will.
Watch the clutch when you come out of the hole. Sammy could get you. But this baby should come on at 10 grand and sing. In other words, the clutch is going to chatter a little until the RPMs reach the power curve.
I knew that.
Don't forget, racing fans, this Saturday is Ladies' Day. We've got some dandy competition
When?
lined up. Ladies are half price, full afternoon of racing excitement. Gates open at noon with a quarterfinal starting at 1. So get here early for good seats. Ladies and gentlemen, Top Fuel driver Ray Preston is being replaced by former Trans Am driver Mark McCormick.
Where do you want to watch from? Head to the press tower.
I don't want to watch. If my wife was here to see this, she'd kill me. I couldn't even have one of those sit-down lawnmowers. I'm going,
You get close to my lane, I'll blow you into the wall, McCormick.
You won't even see me, Sammy.
Be careful.
I don't think careful fits. I'm gonna blow them off. For both of us.
The last time Mark McCormick ran against Sammy O'Connell, he suffered a humiliating defeat, and that has to be on his mind as he runs up against the hottest driver in the world.
No. Dusty walks, no outs. The bases are loaded. Ball 3.
At the starting line, they're tacking up.
And the pitch.
The lights are on. And Mark McCormick has beaten world champion Sidewinder Sammy O'Connell in the quarter mile.
Where are you, Cookie?
You're under arrest, partner. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in a court of law.
Sorry, Kiki.
Let's go.
I think I thought that guy had the life I always wanted.
Hey, McCormick! McCormick! Hey, come on, give it a rest, will ya? Coffee's on. New morality. My day you heading my box of candy. And you were lucky if you got a squeeze. Hey, what are you doing here?
What?
What are you doing?
I'm juggling telephone poles. What does it look like I'm doing? I'm eating breakfast.
Hey, come on, huh?
What's with you?
Hey, man to man, huh? Eh?
Do you want some juice?
When I was a kid, at least you had to ask him to marry you first, but... yeah, things change. Okay, I understand. Where's Kiki? She doesn't have to be embarrassed, too. I understand.
Judge, Kiki went home at 10 o'clock last night.
Come on, I'm a modern guy here. Huh?
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint modern guys, but I never laid a glove on her.
I thought she was the love of your life.
Key word there is was.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Well, that's the way she goes, huh? Yeah, save a girl's life and she just takes off down the road on you.
Well,
you're taking it pretty good.
Hmm. Maybe I've grown up.
Maybe you have.
Good morning, Judge.
Maybe I lied.
Killed him, Judge.
You been to internal affairs?
I can't trust anybody anymore.
We're gonna have to get somebody on the inside.
Get in, I'm gonna get the information, and I'm gonna get out. Zip, bang, boom.
Okay, I say we pull his chain quick and see how he barks.
9, 10, freeze! There is a sensitive side to Mark McCormick.
Make my day.
Milton C. Hardcastle is a retired judge from the Los Angeles Superior Court. Mark McCormick, an ex-race car driver turned thief, was Hardcastle's last case. McCormick has been placed in the judge's custody, and together they're going after 200 cases that walked out of Hardcastle's courtroom on technicalities.
Slow motion man, iron and steel in the palm of your hand. Hot wired heart, betting your life on the state of the art. Lay down the law, don't you let them cross the line. Under the hood, got the bad and the good. Everybody's doing time.
20 minutes before 9 here on the Wake Up program, and we're going to our phone lines for the word source quiz, where we give you a commonly used word and you tell us where the word came from. Right now, let's open up the phone lines. Give us a jingle at 555-CALL if you can tell us what the derivation of the word posh is. That's P-O-S-H. It's an adjective, as in ritzy. And our lines are all lighting up. Let's take this one from the Valley. Good morning, this is Big Al. What's your first name, please?
Maggie from Encino. Posh was the last name of a famous bootlegger who always did things first class.
Nice try, Maggie, but not the right one. Good morning, first name, please.
My name is Harold. I live in West Covina.
Yeah, Harold, where'd we get the word posh?
Comes from Pasha, you know, those rich Turks.
I'm sorry, Harold. That's where footstools come from. Okay, here's a guy from, Hollywood. You're on.
Yeah, this is Steve. It comes from the most expensive ticket on an ocean liner leaving from New York to Europe. It means port out, starboard home.
Steve, you've just won yourself $79.
Sure, no, 140 ready. 7091, 459 now.
You get out of the car, please.
Aw, come on.
Get out of the car, please.
Look, I'm in a hurry. Okay?
Could I see some identification, please, sir?
Unit 62, Swanson Warrants, California, 470, Paul Charles Edward.
Joseph T. Aramazian?
Yes, okay? I was speeding, all right? It's a big deal. Look, between you and me, what's it worth?
You offering me money? That's bribery, sir. You don't want to do that.
Who said I was?
Wait here, please.
More information, Joseph Aramazian, 21513 Bundy Lane.
Are you satisfied?
Yes, sir.
Well, come on. Get on with it, will you?
Call it in.
We need an ambulance at Powell and Mansfield Road. We have an officer involved shooting. Suspect down.
You call it a movie? Listen, Gunga Din is a movie. True Grit's a movie. That thing's like a nightmare you get when you've been eating too much salami.
That's a classic.
Classic what?
Look, your problem is you don't understand symbolism, Judge. You don't understand the universal image. Now, look, Valerie was telling me that...
Yeah, Valerie is the film major. That's why you give me all that jazz about symbolism. Don't kid me. You're not interested in universal images. You're interested in legs.
Look, I know you don't see it often, but there is a sensitive side to Mark McCormick. In fact, Valerie was saying that I have a natural, artistic, intuitive understanding.
Yeah, sure. Valerie thinks that's a good picture, too. They cut open an eggplant and a rat jumps out. Huh? What's that? Come on, you didn't understand any of it.
didn't understand all of it, but most of it I did.
Okay, what did it mean when the guy's eyeball fell out and rolled along the floor? Where?
That meant that you gotta watch where you step in life, you know? You can't expect it to be seeing everything, and that if you don't hold on to what you got, it'll roll away from you. That's what it meant.
I think he wants us.
I'm only doing 50.
More to the point, I think he wants you.
Come on. I was in a patrol car for years. I know when a cop wants me to pull over.
Hey, pull over! Pull over! Come on!
You're doing 50. You're my witness.
Hey, I'm sitting way over here, man. I can't see over there. You wouldn't want me to perjure myself, would you?
I was doing 50. I got a witness here.
Can I see your license, please?
I want to ask him. He'll tell you.
Yes, sir. You step out of the car for a moment, please. You stay here.
Okay, go ahead and run that. Here, you want the registration too? But I'm not going to court, you know, because I was not speeding.
No, sir, I know that.
What are we doing?
You recognize any of the people in that picture, Judge?
Well, that's me and Albert Mendez and his kid Raphael. Skinny. Are you Raphael? I haven't seen you since...
My dad's funeral?
Yeah. He was a real good cop, your dad. Best I ever worked with.
That's what he always said about you. That's why he trusted you with his life. So I decided to trust you with mine. Judge, I've got to talk to the commissioner. I've tried to call him, but he won't take my calls. I'm a patrolman. I'm just out of the academy. I can't get anybody to listen.
Slow down, son. Now, what are you talking about?
You know who Joe Armesian is?
Yeah, sure. Drug dealer. Cops shot him, right?
Yeah. He was murdered. Cops killed him, Judge. Look, Judge, I can't explain this twice. You tell the commissioner to meet me at the Polo Arena tomorrow at noon.
You been to Internal Affairs?
I can't trust anybody anymore. Please, for my father's sake, do this to me. Make him come.
Thank you. Damn it, Milt. A rookie cop, 10 months out of the academy, stops a civilian, pulls him alongside of the road, accuses his fellow officers of murder, disappears into the night, doesn't bother to come to me, doesn't bother to go to Internal Affairs. I resent the hell out of that.
I'm only telling you what he told me. Okay, you know, his father was a friend of mine, so I owe it to him to check it out.
Let me tell you about Aramagian, Milt. He was a dope smuggler. Everybody knew it. Nobody could prove it. His luck ran out. He pulled out a gun. An officer fired in self-defense. You see how well that works out?
Don't you think the commissioner wants to know about this? The man wants to know what's going on in his own department, right?
I'll mention it to him the next time he invites me over to dinner. Are you kidding? He's gonna cut my head off at the waist if I come to him with this story from a rookie cop and nothing to back it up.
I'll back it up.
Great. That should just about make the commissioner's day.
What are you talking about?
You know damn well what the hell I'm talking about. Commissioner Emhart hates your guts.
Oh, now I understand.
You don't understand anything.
Now I understand why we didn't go straight to the commissioner. Oh, no, gotta follow procedures, McCormick. Gotta go through channels, McCormick. What did he do to the commissioner to get him to join his fan club?
He called the commissioner a jackass in open court and threw him off the stand.
Just must have been one of your nicer days, huh?
He was a rookie cop and he was handling evidence like it was his lunch. He left it in the backseat of his car for 2 days. Evidence! Oh. He's a jackass. Jackass.
Jackass or not, he's the commissioner of the police and you're a retired judge and he's not going to let you forget about it.
I'm not asking you to do this for him. I'm asking you to do it for me. Now, that was 27 years ago. He's never going to remember.
The man called me a jackass, Sloan. In court.
Unbelievable, sir.
They have 10 minutes. We leave in 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
I'm busy, Frank. I canceled 2 meetings for this. What the hell's it all about?
You know Judge Hardcastle? And this is Mark McCormick.
Well?
You know as much about as we do, sir. I just thought it would be a good idea to hear the man out.
Well, I can give him 10 minutes. Big do at the mayor's office. Budget stuff. What's on the agenda for tonight?
Birthday party, sir. Senator Halsey's wife. Halsey's home.
What did I give her last year?
Chinese vase, sir, I believe.
Yeah. I think we can go $50 to $100 more this year. Halsey's a senior senator now.
Excellent, sir.
Hey, Mendez. Mendez.
Officer Mendez? You didn't know anything about this, Frank.
No, sir. Milt, I mean, Judge Hardcastle was the first to hear.
All right, who was involved in the Aramasian thing?
Fellows in Dawson.
What kind of officers are they?
Excellent records. Fellows was decorated for bravery and nom, Medal of Valor from the Force. Dawson is a by-the-book guy. No complaints, no reprimands.
Who was Mendez's partner?
Peoples. He was involved in 2 brutality scrapes, and he came out okay on both of them.
You're going to be running liaison on this, Frank.
Yes, sir.
The fewer people involved, the better. I want an operation started as soon as possible. We're going to have to get somebody on the inside.
Someone from Internal Affairs?
No, absolutely not. Too easy to spot. Besides, we don't know what's going on or who's involved.
Well, it'll take a couple of weeks if we get somebody from out of town. I mean, we have to coordinate with another department.
We can't sit on this, Frank. I need somebody in there. And it's got to be somebody who can pull it off. You remember what happened with Calhoun last year?
Calhoun was green. We need somebody who knows the streets, sir.
You keep the older guys out of this. It's got to be somebody who can handle himself. No baby. Somebody who's been around the block.
With all due respect, sir, where do you expect me to find this person?
That is your problem, Frank. I've got a dinner in an hour and a half. Just find him.
Make my day. Yeah, I'm really beginning to see what all the fun's about here. This is gonna be great. What's wrong? Huh? Nothing. You're not worried, are you?
Worried? No, why should I be worried?
Good, because you better not be worried. This was your idea, remember?
Just watch yourself, okay? These guys are not playing tiddlywinks, you know?
Look, you've been drilling me on this stuff for 3 days. I got it down now. Here we go, I got it down. I know what you're thinking. Did he shoot 5? Did he shoot 6? So you gotta ask yourself, do I feel lucky? Huh?
Hey, we remember your cover.
Yes. I'm William Thomas O'Reilly from Jersey City, New Jersey. I'm a patrolman. I'll be fine. Did you remember to get the fake records to Jersey?
Yeah, they're on the way.
What do you mean they're on their way, Judge? These guys are cops. They're gonna check.
Don't worry, okay? The records are gonna get there.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I mean, look, they're just cops, right? It's just like you said. They're just like you and me. And it's not like I'm walking into a madhouse or anything.
All right, listen up, guys. Listen up. Yeah, we got here William Thomas O'Reilly. 2 years patrol duty in Jersey City. Well, they got in Jersey is garbage. No. They got garbage strikes, too. Wait a minute. 3 years in Vietnam. And his father was an officer of the law, and his father before him, all the way back to Killarney.
What's the matter? What? I can't hear you.
He said he can't breathe. Needs air.
Want air? Yeah, that was it. All right, needs air.
We shut him up with current sweats on. Welcome, Jersey.
Okay, Slick, I'm Nichols. Okay, you got Swaggart, Petrelli, Teitelbaum, Dickerson, Szymanski. Over there's Dawson and Fellows, and there's your partner, Peoples. Got any questions?
No. Well, yeah, do you have a loaded handgun around?
Okay, so let's be careful out there.
I'll see you in the car, Jersey.
Okay.
Listen, he's my partner. He's going to be sticking pretty close.
Okay, I say we pull this chain quick and see how he barks.
Why don't you leave him alone? Why don't you shut up and quit whining?
I want you to stay sober. Check O'Reilly out in New Jersey, make sure he's okay. Do you hear me?
Hello.
Judge, they're taking me on a code 7. What's that? I forgot the damn numbers.
Will you calm down? Code 7 means food. It means you're going to eat. You want a dinner?
Is that all?
Yeah, look, you'll just sit around, you'll have a lot of coffee, and you'll stay up half the night, and you'll get to know them, and they'll get to know you. Trust me, McCormick, it's going to be an easy night.
All units, we got a 417 warehouse in first Lenard.
All right, count to 10, go through that door, and I'm going up on the roof.
I'll go around the side. The minute you hit 10, you come in smoking. You got it?
Got it.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Freeze!
Drop the gun.
Thanks, Jersey.
Yeah, sure, no trouble.
Pretty rough first night, huh, Jersey? Yeah. Can you give me a ride home?
Nah, thanks. I'm gonna take a bus. See you tomorrow.
Hey, Jersey.
Sure you don't want to ride?
Somebody want to tell me what this is all about? Look, all I want to do is live through my watch, collect my pay and go home. I don't know what you're doing here.
Not going anywhere, Jersey. See, there's something wrong with your files.
Yeah? What?
They don't say how much beer you drink. You done good tonight, Jersey.
Yeah.
Watch out!
Come on, Don.
Your turn, Jersey.
I'm a little rusty.
Man, that was pathetic.
Tomorrow morning, police firing range, be there.
Yeah.
When you learn shit straight, give me a call.
Oh, no, thanks, I'm fine.
Let's all celebrate and have a good time.
Hey.
Sit down. I'm supposed to tell you the rules.
What rules?
We got rules here. First, you don't ask any questions, no matter what you see. The guy's business is the guy's business, huh? Second, you don't go telling anything you see either.
Sounds like Jersey so far.
We all work together. I see more of my partner than I do my wife. We're a lot closer in some ways. You married?
No.
Better that way. They don't really know what it's like. You spend all day with garbage, human garbage, and they expect you to be like everybody else when you come home.
No, I don't take. I'm sorry, I don't take.
So who asked you? You can always use a little extra.
I can't take it.
Tell you what, I'll keep it for you. You might need it. Here, catch up. You know you're a lousy shot, man.
Well, did you find out anything last night?
Yeah, those guys can drink.
Here you are. Got some eggs, Milton. Sure you don't want any?
Well, no, please.
Good for you.
Judge, no. After a night of too many war stories, too many beers, and too many sweat socks, spare me.
Well, I talked to Ordway.
Who's Ordway?
Ordway is the police department paperwork expert. I'm having him run Aramasian's gun again. That could be a throwdown, you know.
I thought they already ran it.
Oh, they're not Ordway. What about that $500? You got any more on that?
Yeah, I could have used it. It takes me 4 months hard labor to clear that kind of cash working for you.
Well, see, now you're learning something. If it doesn't come honest, then it's not worth it, right?
What I'm learning is 8 shots of tequila and 12 beers and eggs and milk and don't mix.
Well, with all that money floating around, we can rule out vigilantes.
And they're definitely not law and order freaks. Take my word for that.
What about dope? There's a lot of stuff going through that department, you know.
No, Judge. If there wasn't any at the party. It's just beers and girls. I gotta get some sleep. I gotta lay down.
Well, they're up to something, McCormick. Huh? They don't go handing out $500, you know, like it's the welcome wagon. They're getting something for that money. They're doing something.
You're falling apart, you know that? Just stay here.
I have no problem with that. I can deliver more if you'd like. Have I ever disappointed you before? Tomorrow. That's right, San Diego.
Don't press your luck, Fraser.
Are you serious? I asked you to come here to talk to me about killing a man for money, and you're bothered by white powder on my table? Just remember what you are and what you're doing here.
We're here to do business. Let's do it.
I want this man removed.
Abe Coley, I thought you were pals.
Not anymore. I started him. He owes me everything. He's worth $2 million because of me. And now he's going to be paying me by testifying in front of a grand jury.
And he's gonna fry you?
He knows enough to put me away for 20 years. That's not what I had in mind. Now, I want him out of the way where he can't hurt me.
It's gonna cost you.
How much?
100,000.
That seemed reasonable for 20 years of my life. He testifies Friday morning.
That's cutting it pretty close.
Can you do it?
Oh, yes. We can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Ordway. I knew it. Okay, we're in business. The gun they found on Aramation was used in a robbery 7 years ago.
I thought they melted those down.
Well, they would have, except one of the guys stole it.
Well, wait a minute. Didn't Harper run a check on it?
That was a routine check. They computerized the file 6 years ago. Ordway went down to the warehouse and looked it up in the records. I gotta buy him a dinner.
Speaking of records, Judge, what about New Jersey?
Oh, you're all covered. Don't worry about it. Just hang in there, and sooner or later, somebody's gonna make a mistake.
I want to know who you are, and I want to know what you're doing here.
What are you talking about, fellas? You know who I am.
No, man. I know who you say you are. I got some friends in Jersey. They did a little checking. No one ever heard of William Thomas O'Reilly.
Stop it, fellas. You drunk? Stop it. I'm telling you
what I want to know.
I'm telling you. Knock it off. Fellows, I said knock it off.
You're internal affairs, right?
Fellas, listen to me.
Yeah, I know it. I figured you fry first night.
Fellas, will you listen to me?
Oh, what the hell? That happened sometime. I need a drink.
Oh, stop it. Shut up and listen.
Look, I didn't tell him anything. I found out you didn't check out in Jersey. I didn't tell anyone. They don't know. Nobody has to know anything, you know what I mean?
Why the sudden change of heart?
I can't take it anymore. I want a deal.
Well, I don't know if that's gonna wash real well with the department.
There's no way I'm going to jail, man. Listen, I didn't spend any of that money. I got it all in the bank. I had to take it. You know what they'd have done to me if I hadn't? I used to be a good cop. I used to be.
You don't need any more of that. You said, what money? What are you talking about money? Where's the money come from? For what?
What, are you blind? They're making hits, man. They're hired to kill.
You're telling me that some police are making hits for money?
How long you guys been inside this?
Not long enough to pull everything out. Fellows, who pays?
Whoever needs the service. You got the cash. You get the talent.
Amazian?
Yeah, sure. So who asks any questions? They're only taking out the garbage. The only clean gets hit. Cop hits a dealer, plants a gun. Goes down as a good shooting. Listen, you gotta get me out of this. There's a big one coming now.
Who? Who's it gonna be, fellows?
I don't know. They don't tell me anything anymore. They don't trust me. They met this guy. That's all I know. There's a lot of money floating around.
Fellows.
Gotta get me out of this.
Fellows, that's not good enough. I need a name.
Frank, this was going on under your nose and you didn't see it?
With all due respect, sir, I'm not on the shooting board.
Walter, the sleep's too long.
I'll take it up another half inch, sir.
You know what we got going here, don't you? We got police officers carrying on like Murder Incorporated. This is not gonna look good.
Is that what you're worried about? It's not gonna look good?
Take it in at the waist, Walter.
Yes, sir.
Frank, it's your division. I want you to clean it up fast. Fellows couldn't come up with anything else?
No, he just said that something big was coming down soon, and it involved a lot of money.
But no names?
No. He's been hitting the bottle pretty heavy. He's getting nervous. The others don't trust him, and he knows it.
Well, you just may have to go in there and get it yourself.
I can't trust you anymore, Jake. You drink. It's no good.
What happened?
You shot him, Jersey. You just went and shot him.
What are you talking about? I just got here.
No, you were here. You came in, fella surprised you, you drew too fast, and you shot him. This is bad, Jersey.
What's going on?
You remember the gun you took off of him in the warehouse? Well, that's the one poor old fellows was shot with. Nobody's prints on it but yours.
What are you guys doing?
It's not hard to understand. We do it for lots of guys. Every now and then we need someone to run an errand for us, something like that. It's kind of like insurance.
You mean to tell me you murdered this man just to get me to run an errand for you?
You're gonna make a phone call. That's it. No big deal. 20 seconds, $500.
You're crazy. You're all crazy.
Well, you've got a choice. You get silly, you go up for murder. You're smart, you make some pocket money. Either way, we got you.
Who am I supposed to set up? For what?
We'll let you know what to say when the time comes. Relax.
I don't know who it's gonna be. All I know is I'm supposed to make a call, report a disturbance. Peebles and Dawson are gonna show up and I guess make the hit.
Well, don't worry about it. We'll make it work.
Tell that to Fellows.
Hey, That's not your fault. He knew what he was doing all the time.
Yeah, but he talked to me, and now he's dead.
Yeah, I'm sorry I got you into this.
Who are you kidding? Get me into things seems to be your life's work. Don't worry about it. We're in it together anyway.
Well, you want to pull out, that's okay. I mean, if it's getting too hot for you, these guys are getting jumpy.
Yes, they are. We won't be able to touch them unless we can find out who the hit's gonna be and get to the guy before they do.
You sure?
Yeah, I am. Fellas took a chance telling me what he did. I feel like I owe him something, you know? I gotta tell you, Judge, I mean, all my life I was trying to avoid the police, you know, keep the cops from busting me. And now I'm running around busting cops. This is just too weird.
What time are you supposed to make this phone call?
I'm not sure. It's all on a need-to-know basis. They're playing me pretty close to the chest.
Well, as soon as you know anything, you gotta get the word to me or Frank.
Well, when I report the disturbance, I could call you.
Yeah, you can't do that. They're gonna be right on top of you listening. You're a rookie. They're not gonna take a chance.
There aren't a heck of a lot of alternatives, are there?
Sure there is. Me. I'm coming with you.
You're gonna come with me?
Yeah, I'll be right there. You just keep your eye out. As soon as you know anything, you let me know.
At 6 a.m., you called the station. You reported a disturbance, a big one, at 200 Claiborne Street. That's it. Jersey, relax. It's no big deal.
$500 here, $500 there. Doesn't hurt, right?
You get this one. I paid for the last one.
You get the tip.
Ready? Yeah.
Harper? Frank, come on.
Right, I got it. Okay, thank you. Milt? 200 Claiborne Avenue. It's Babe Coley's place. Well, it makes sense, Milt. He's copping out to the grand jury.
Coley, I'm on my way.
Just a minute. Oh, hard case. What is this, a nightmare or
Get in the house,
something?
Coley.
Get out of here.
Go on, get in the house.
What is this, a roust? You can't do this stuff. I have my rights, you know.
There's 2 cops on the way over here, and they're gonna kill you.
You're nuts, Hardcase. You know that? You're really nuts. You come into my house, start pushing me around.
Shut up and listen to me. They don't want you talking to the grand jury tomorrow.
Nobody knows about that.
I know about it. The guy who wants you dead knows about it.
What is it?
Get out. Get out. Stay there.
Are you okay?
Yeah, you?
You wouldn't make a bad cop.
Nah, it's not my style. It's too dull.
Give it up, Milt. The man hates you, always hates you. The only reason why he's going to that ceremony is because of the press.
Well, I don't see what the big deal is about. It happened 27 years ago.
The word is that he still talks about it whenever he has too much scotch.
Maybe he'll forgive you.
Well, I'm going to be polite. I mean, if anybody's going to be rude, it'll have to be him.
Listen, if he was on fire and if you would put it out, he still would hate your guts.
I tell you, when you make friends, you make them.
Do you realize I'm giving a note of public thanks to a man I have hated for 27 years?
Well, it's good press, sir.
Yeah. That know-it-all face. That way he has a looking at me like I was a worm.
Well, sir, this is your chance to prove yourself the bigger man.
On behalf of the city and the department, I am very happy to present the Civilian Medal of Honor to Mark McCormick, who risked his life to help the police department in its hour of need. Thank you very much, young man. And the department owes a debt of gratitude to Judge Milton C. Hardcastle.
Jackass.
শুনেন, কালকের খেলায় আপনি হারবেন।
বাবা, কনফিডেন্স দেখছো মেয়ে?
যদি না হারছেন তাহলে কিন্তু বললাম এটা দিয়ে আমি আমার হাতে আপনার নাম লিখুন।
মানে?
মানে তো তখনই বুঝবেন যখন এটার দায় আপনার উপর পড়বো।
সমস্যা থেকে ওই দিনকার তোরে হাত খরচের লেগা 5,000 টাকা দিয়েছিলাম। আবার টাকা টাকা কি গাছে ধরে?
আব্বা জান, আপনি তো কত টাকাই কামান, 5,000 টাকা দিলে আপনার কি হয়? আমি আপনার একমাত্র আমার মাইয়া, তো আমার পিছনে খরচ করবেন না, কার পিছনে করবেন? আমার একটা কুর্তি পছন্দ হয়েছে, ওই কুর্তি আমি কিনতে চাই।
কুর্তি মূর্তি লেহেঙ্গা ওড়না এসব দিয়ে তো ঘর বইরে গেছে, হাঁটুনের বি জায়গা নাই। মন চায় তোর এগুলা নাইজেরিয়া, বুলগেরিয়া আর উগান্ডায় পাঠাইয়া দিই। আচ্ছা, এত কিছু কিনানোর দরকার নাকি?
কি করতেছেন আব্বা? একটা শখ করছি, শখের দাম লাখ টাকা। শখ যদি না মিটে তাহলে এই জীবন রেখা লাভ কি? আপনি যদি আমার টাকা না দিচ্ছেন তাহলে কিন্তু আমি কয়ে দিলাম, ব্লেড দিয়ে হাত কেটে নাম লেখা ফেলাম।
আচ্ছা, ব্লেড দিয়ে এই কুর্তির লেগে হাত কাটানোর দরকার নাই। আমি বাইরে যাওয়ানোর সময় তোর টাকা দিয়ে যাবো।
থ্যাংক ইউ আব্বা।
আচ্ছা লাইলি, তুমি এরকম প্রতিদিন কোনো পড়াই কমপ্লিট করছো না। আমি কিন্তু তোমাকে আর পড়াতে আসবো না।
আসেন না, আপনারা ক্যাঠাই কইছে আইতে, আমি কইছি।
শেষ পর্যন্ত তোমার বাবার কাছে আমাকে কমপ্লেন করতে হবে।
আপনি আমার বাপের কাছে কমপ্লেন করবেন?
পড়াশোনা করছো না, বাবার কাছে কমপ্লেন করবো না? অবশ্যই করবো।
ঠিক আছে, আপনি যান, আপনি আমার বাপের কাছে কমপ্লেন করেন, এদিকে আমি ব্লেড দিয়ে হাত কেটে আপনার হাতের নাম লেখা রাখবো এখান দিয়ে।
বলতে চলেছ আস্তাগফিরুল্লাহ। দেখো, এইবার না হয় আমি তোমার বাবার কাছে কমপ্লেন করবো না, কিন্তু তুমি যদি পরীক্ষায় ডাব্বা মারো তাহলে তো আবার আমি শেষ।
ও তুমি
ডরাইছেন?
ডরাবো কেন? মাগের এরকম আটকা মায়া মনের সামনে চলে আসলে তো একটু চিন্তা লাগেই। আর কালকে আবার তোমার মামার সাথে চ্যালেঞ্জ, বললে আইসো শেষবার মতো চুলদারি আশ্রয় আসতে।
শুনেন, কালকের খেলায় আপনি হারবেন।
বাবা, কনফিডেন্স দেখছো মেয়ে?
যদি না হারছেন তাহলে কিন্তু বললাম এটা দিয়ে আমি আমার হাতে আপনার নাম লিখুন।
মানে?
মানে তো তখনই বুঝবেন যখন এটার দায় আপনার উপর পড়বো। সরেন।
আরে ভাই, নাম লিখবা মানে? কি মুসিবতে বললাম, জিততে না পারে এখন 2 নাম্বারই। কি সমস্যা? যাইতে দিছো না কেন?
সমস্যা আমার না আপনার। আপনি মানুষ না খুনি?
মানে?
মানে বোঝেন না? কালকে কি করছেন? কাচির লগে কি মিলাচ্ছেন? পেট খারাপের ওষুধ।
দেখো, এখন কিন্তু বাড়াবাড়ি হইতেছে। তোমরা কাচ্চি খাইতে চাইছো, আমি খাওয়াইছি ব্যাস। কারণ কারো যদি পেট পাতলা হয়ে যায়, কেউ যদি হজম করতে না পারে, সেটা তো তার সমস্যা, আমার না।
বাড়াবাড়ি আমরা করছি না আপনারা করছেন? মানে ইচ্ছে করে আপনারা খান নাই কালকে, তাই না? যাতে আমার লগে প্রতিশোধ নিতে পারেন।
আর যদি নিতে চাই, সেটা কি দোষ? 3 বার ঘুরি চ্যাম্পিয়ন আমি, তোমার কারণে আমার হারতে হয়েছে।
হারছেন তো কি ইচ্ছে? মাঝে মাঝে কিছু জিতবার লাগা কিছু হারতে হয়।
এই, তোমার কাছে হাইরে আমি কি জিতছি? হ্যাঁ,
আমারই জিতছেন, আমার মন জিতছেন।
এই দেখো, তুমি আমার আবার কোনো কিছু তো ফাঁসে দিচ্ছ, আমি বুঝছি। এইসব ফান্দে আমি পা দিতেছি না, প্লিজ।
আমি আপনারে ফাঁসাই নাই, আপনি আমারে ফাঁসাইছেন। আমি তো আপনার প্রেমে পড়ে গেছি ফ্রি মাস্টার। আপনি আমার মারবেন, মারেন, কাটতেও ফালান, কিন্তু আমি আপনার ভালোবাসি, এটাই সাইন্স।
হ্যাঁ, এর জন্যই তো সায়েন্সে মারো ডাব্বা।
যতই অপমান করেন, শাদি তো আপনার আমার লগে হইব।
তোমার মতো মেয়ের সাথে শাদি দূরে থাক, প্রেম পর্যন্ত করতে রাজি নাই আমি। হ্যাঁ, আর এইসব ব্লেড ফেড দিয়ে কোনো কাজ হবে না, আমি ভয় পাই না আর।
দেখো চন্দ্র, তুমি কি করো।
Nhầm buổi tía nó xóa ha ha. Tía thầy nhót. Tía thầy nhót này mà, mình thấy tự tin và tự tin. Bình. Đổi bài cái. Đổ buồm luôn mà, sự là khỏe đấy. Nhưng mà thầy xoay bài ấy, Bình chưa xoay. Có Saza hả? Có Rakan. Vậy át này Bình xong là át luôn mà sao có xin ra ấy nhưng mà anh đéo dùng rồi. Ui xét này xét đây là vài cảnh đẹp đéo chịu được không sao thầy ơi bay cho thầy quay đều quay ui con lắc rồi sao cút mày đi xong rồi có át rồi ngày đánh bài va vẫn sao ra còn bài đẹp phết định mạnh cái xét này ui bình điết xét là mình sẽ thiếu là một cái cung mà cung một con Kizana hoặc là một con Nautilus để lấy cái thú tượng để cho in nào bắn cung không bắn cung lấy đồ cho át trước đi thầy. Ui rồi xong nhặt nhầm đồ ha ha what the hell man nhặt nhầm đồ thế mà cũng phải lái xe đùa tao à đùa tao không vậy thế mà cũng một cộng một ending trồn bố không trồn thầy không Cinderella này cút có một cút dấu hiểu nhặt ngu đấy ngu đấy rớt ở đây rồi xong sao có càng ngày đây thì vẽ có ai mà phải có cái thằng này ở đây đúng không à đủ bốn mà cút nè xong chịu rồi nhặt nhầm đồ lúa tắc ngủ nó máu nhỉ rồi xem đi thầy ơi không ai nhận được cái gì chưa nhận không ở đây vòng quay may mắn vòng quay vô cực anh hai vòng à quay đều ra cái pet đổ ai đi ra cái pet đổ đó đi ra qua đi quay được vào pet omega chịu rồi tí vào lừa tao đi qua mà trôn lại đi qua trôn tố bố đi trôn tao đi xin à đi xin chuẩn không vậy rồi xong bình xong thắng không thắng suýt thắng quả phe bắn được phết nhưng mà suýt thắng rồi thầy bay tốc độ cao ấy bay tốc độ cao luôn sợ cái gì cút bắn này phải có cái ấy này có cái đấm cho xét bình đây phải gỡ đồ của thằng này ra gỡ đồ thằng này và cho xét thực sự binh không cầm con này vẫn được mà gỡ đồ nó ra cho xét à được trái nhở ui trái điếc giảm hưu nhở có quá hưu này giảm hưu này mày hưu bố gái giảm hưu luôn át à ê trùng bài nha sao ngày tiên nhận át làm chí có đánh bài tớ không có đánh này át lo choáng con lắc có choáng có chịu đấy thôi thua át con lắc có choáng có chịu đấy đéo thua bé ngu à con lắc át là bạn yếu nhở át một của mình là tích lỗi tại lâu ấy chứ thua đi thắng con ao ngu khỏe quá có một đồ on sự khó đấy át này để chất 8 mà để nhét 4 đấy vào này 8 là cần cho qua mỏi chất 9 thì con xin vào xong xin ra vào nữa định mệnh đúng rồi định mệnh xin ra vào bình mẹ mất sư rồi bay tốc độ cao anh ác quỷ mà anh hóa ác quỷ lobby World 2 giờ chỉ gọi anh là bố của lobby World 2 ai à một đồ ai à rồi một đồ ánh sáng Cùng đau không? Cùng đau. Cùng đau. Ui. 20 trăm tốc đánh là truy xuyên phá à? Đây đâu? À đây không cần đâu. Ôi trời ơi. Thôi xong rồi. Mong là có bắn được ra. Biết ngay mà mong có bắn được ra. À đấy. Phải thủ tượng. Mong có bắn được ra. Anh lỡ nhặt nhầm rồi. Không có 36 máu chứ. Độ 3 tổng 9 à? Nếu biết sống không? Rồi rồi, anh được 382.
মন্টুর বাসা ফাঁকা খালি বাসা পুরা খালি খাওয়া দাওয়া নাই তুমি আর আমি
শুধু তুমি আর আমি
একা
একা
কত বড় সাহস তোর হ্যাঁ তুই সাহস পাইলি কিভাবে আমার নিয়ে খালি বাসায় যাবি বাসায় আমার কথা বলো বিয়ের কথা বলো সিরিয়াস হও
তুমি তো জানো আমার বাসার অবস্থা কি এমন ভাই যেন পৃথিবীতে কারো ফ্যামিলি যেন না জন্মায় মানে ওর জন্য আমি কিছুই হচ্ছে না ও ফেল করে আর বিয়েটা হচ্ছে না ফেল করতেছে আর হচ্ছে বিয়ে পিছাইতেছে কিন্তু আমার লাইফটা কোথায় যাইতেছে সেটা তো কেউ চিন্তা করতেছে না ও তো সেই ব্যাপারে কোনো টেনশনই নাই আমি যে তোমাকে কত ভালোবাসি এটা কি ওকে আমি বলতে বুঝাইতে পারতেছি বলো হ্যাঁ আরে কি হয়েছে
না আমি আর বসে থাকতে পারবো না এতক্ষণ ধরে রিকশায় বসে থেকে আমার ব্যাক পেন করতেছে
কোথায় দেখি
দেখতে হবে না আমি আর
আচ্ছা আশ্চর্য ব্যাপার তোমার ব্যাক পেন হয়েছে তুমি আমাকে পার্সোনালি বলবা সেই জায়গায় তুমি রিকশাওয়ালার সামনে বলছো ব্যাপারটা কেমন না তো কি হয়েছে দেখি
দেখতে হবে না আমি বাসায় যাবো আমার বাসার সামনে দিয়ে আসো
বাসায় যাওয়া মানে কি আমরা বের হয়েছি কতক্ষণ বেবি আমরা অল্প কতক্ষণ হয়েছে মাত্র 2 ঘন্টা হয়েছে আমরা বের হয়েছি আজকে আমরা সারাদিন ঘুরবো খাওয়া দাওয়া করবো তারপর হচ্ছে মন্টুদের বাসায় যাব তারপরে আমরা যা হওয়ার তা করবো মানে বাসায় যাবো আর কি আবার
মন্টুর বাসায় কেন
ও ওই যে আসলে হয়েছে কি ওই যে মন্টুদের ম্যাচের মধ্যে আজকে বিরাট আয়োজনে খাওয়া দাওয়ার ব্যবস্থা করা হয়েছে বুঝছো তা আমাকে বললো যে হ্যাঁ তুই আসিস এখন আমি তো একা যেতে পারি না তুমি ছাড়া আমি কীভাবে যাবো বলো
তাই তো খাওয়া দাওয়া করবো আর কি করবো
তারপর ধরো ওই যে মানে একটু বসলাম আড্ডা দিলাম গল্প করলাম থাকে না এই আর কি
হ্যাঁ খাওয়া দাওয়া করবো আড্ডা দিব বিশ্রাম নিব বাট তুমি আমাকে কি বলছিলা জানো
কি
মন্টুরা ট্যুরে গেছে বান্দরবন তোমারও যাওয়ার কথা ছিল কিন্তু যেহেতু তুমি আমার সাথে দেখা করবা আমাদের একটা ডেটের প্ল্যান হয়েছে দ্যাটস ওয়াই তুমি যাইতে পারো নাই এখন আমার মন্টুর বাসায় দাওয়াতটা বুঝলাম
না বলছিলাম না আসলে মানে আমি না ভুলে যাই সবকিছু বুঝছো মানে তুমি সামনে থাকার পর না আমি সবকিছু আউলে যাই মনে থাকে না আর কি হ্যাঁ আর তুমিও পিছলাই যাও হ্যাঁ না না কিছু বলি নাই কি বলবো কিন্তু মানে ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে কি আমার না একটা জিনিস নিয়ে খুব মন খারাপ হচ্ছে মানে স্ট্রবেরিটার কথা শুনে না খুব মন খারাপ হইতেছে
কি
মানে মানে স্ট্রবেরি যে
স্ট্রবেরি কি
চকলেট মানে তোমার জন্য চকলেট বলতে ললিপপ তোমার জন্য দুটো মানে স্ট্রবেরি ফ্লেভারের চকলেট আনছিলাম তো ওগুলোর কথা না খুব মনে পড়ছিল মানে
থ্যাংক ইউ
ওয়েলকাম
শোনো এসব ভাওতাবাজি বাদ দিয়ে কাজের কাজ করো বাসায় আমার কথা বলো বিয়ের কথা বলো সিরিয়াস হও
তুমি তো জানো আমার বাসার অবস্থা কি এমন ভাই যেন পৃথিবীতে কারো ফ্যামিলি যেন না জন্মায় মানে ওর জন্য আমি কিছুই হচ্ছে না ও ফেল করে আর বিয়েটা হচ্ছে না ফেল করতেছে আর হচ্ছে বিয়ে পিছাইতেছে কিন্তু আমার লাইফটা কোথায় যাইতেছে সেটা তো কেউ চিন্তা করতেছে না ও তো সেই ব্যাপারে কোনো টেনশনই নাই আমি যে তোমাকে কত ভালোবাসি এটা কি ওকে আমি বলতে বুঝাইতে পারতেছি বলো হ্যাঁ
অনেক প্রবলেম না
খুব প্রবলেম
আমার কাছে একটা সলিউশন আছে
কি সলিউশন
চলো আমরা পালাই বিয়ে করে ফেলি দেখো তোমার বাসায় প্রবলেম আছে আমার বাসায় অনেক প্রবলেম আছে বাট আই এম সিরিয়াস এসব বাসার প্রবলেম এত পাত্তা দিলে চলবে না পালাই বিয়ে করে ফেলি
বেবি তোমাকে আমি এই কারণে এত লাভ করি তোমার ইন্টেলেকচুয়াল হাইট এত বেশি যে কোন দিন জানি তোমার সাথে থাকতে থাকতে আমার হাইটটাও 6 গিয়ে পৌঁছে যাবে
6 কি ফিট ইঞ্চ নাকি সেন্টিমিটার
না না ফিটই তো ফিট
ও মন্টু বাসায় নেই তাই না
না না বাসায় নাই তো
তাহলে মন্টুর বাসায় আমরা যাবো কিভাবে
কারণ চাবি আছে তো আমার পকেটে
চাবি
হ্যাঁ
মন্টুর বাসা ফাঁকা খালি বাসা
পুরা খালি
খাওয়া দাওয়া নাই তুমি আর আমি,
শুধু তুমি আর আমি
একা
একা।
কত বড় সাহস তোর, হ্যাঁ? তুই সাহস পাইলি কিভাবে আমার নিয়ে খালি বাসায় যাবি? তুই কি মনে করছস আমাকে বলবি যে চলো আমরা খালি বাসায় যাই, তোর সাথে আমি ফুরফুর করে চলে যাব?
ঠিক আছে, না গেলে তো আর কিছু করার নাই।
পিছলাইতেছ না? আসলে তুমি না আমাকে নিয়ে সিরিয়াস কিনা আমি সেটাই বুঝি না। আমি বাসায় একা একাই যাচ্ছি, আর তোরে ললিপপ তুই খা।
বেবি, বেবি ললিপপ।
Này, sao thế nhỉ? Sao thế ít ít nhỉ? Nổ boom. Sao nó mày? Sao nó? Không có rồi. Rồi, cút. Xong, cút. Meo 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 meo. Cái gì đấy? Lò đắc bù bù làm mau vậy? Chuẩn không vậy. Thầy lái nha, thầy lái tốc độ cao xem con lái không? Từ từ, mày ấy hả? Xít được. So ride a car in high speed đấy. Chuẩn không? Hay á? Không được. Sửa tốc độ cao. Tốc độ cao đét mà. Rồi một lần, hai lần thứ hai, 300 lap à, 400 lap. Chuẩn không thầy? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Ui ui, tốc độ cao đấy. 378 lap chứ 400. Này à, bắt đầu thua. Thua, bài khỏe đấy. 2299 á. Mày đấu sĩ á. Mình lẫn vào mày đéo ăn uống đầy đủ nhỉ? Thằng này được ăn uống đầy đủ. 2299 là phải không? Không. Tự động chuyển hóa bàn đấu. Đúng đi em.
Đúng.
Ô, phải chăng? Full rồi.
Chuẩn bị ăn đi sang chuối.
Không biết. Ok thầy ơi, mày sẽ ride a cat. Lâu rồi, 15 phút. Well played bro. Mày lái luôn đấy, lái bình vua lái racing boy. Nhốt luôn, chết không? Ngồi đi. Đéo đi à? Vào nó kèm rất sơ linh, đéo đủ mana là chết. Phải không? Cũng là khỏe rồi ra. Đánh bài gì với cả Nautilus 2? Cảnh vệ này. 3 cảnh vệ rồi, 4 cảnh vệ, cảnh vệ 2 luôn. Còn biết từ ra cái gì á? Có cảnh vệ à? Ui, bài này đánh as cảnh vệ nhở? Hóa cung xanh à? Được phết. As cảnh vệ. Nó thì lướt này. As cảnh vệ rồi. Đánh chung bài 4 tranh. Cảnh vệ as cảnh vệ thì sẽ là phần đâu rồi? What the hell? Catlin đâu? Đây. Đây. Thôi đây sao mình nhớ mà. Kệ đi. Cứ cho cảnh vệ vào đây. mùi gỡ, điểm mùi gỡ. Rồi, vừa đủ, vừa đẹp. Cung xanh này, vô cực rồi. Cung xanh vô cực với cả cuồng đao à? Dấu có cuồng đao, xít quá. Chắc là chim quá rồi, chắc thế. 82 máu à? Trốn nhỉ? Sẽ một chút trốn đấy. Mình sẽ lái cái này trước. Ok. Tốc độ cao đét. Ok được rồi. Cảnh vậy à? Con nhà đánh sứ danh hóa này thằng đấy át à? Chưa ai để quả át à? Cái đánh lắc. Này cũng không phải thôi, không ai át thì lụ. San mà gì vậy? Xin ra chơi. Lắp tổ xin ra tạm đi. Xin là ra tỷ đấu sĩ này. Mình mà đánh thì nhầm, trở thành đấu sĩ tiếp và ra 1 tỷ ấy. Đấu sĩ ạ, quỷ đéo chịu được mà anh đã stop rồi, có thể không? Anh nhầm ui tí nó xóa, tí thầy nhót, này mà bình tĩnh, tự tin và tự tin, bình, đổi bài cái, đổ mồm luôn mà, sự là khỏe đấy, nhưng mà thầy xoay bài bình, chưa xoay, có xa ra hả? Huracan.
টিকটক কুইন হইতে যা যা লাগে মানে নাচ গান অভিনয় আর শাবনূর মৌসুমীকে হারায় দেওয়ার মতো এইসব যা কিছু সবই মালার আছে অথচ আসল জিনিসটাই নাই একটা ভালো স্মার্টফোন আমি আমার জীবন দিয়ে ভালোবাসি মালাকে মালা তার জীবন দিয়ে ভালোবাসে টিকটককে অবশ্য টিকটককে মালার ভালো না বাইসাও উপায় নাই টিকটক কুইন হইতে যা যা লাগে মানে নাচ গান অভিনয় আর শাবনূর মৌসুমীকে হারায় দেওয়ার মতো এইসব যা কিছু সবই মালার আছে অথচ আসল জিনিসটাই নাই একটা ভালো স্মার্টফোন ফলে আমাদের দুইজনের একসাথে দেখা একটাই স্বপ্ন একইভাবে ভাঙা যায় মাঝে মাঝে কাজের মধ্যে আনন্দ খুঁজে নিতে আমি হয়ে যাই বলিউডের সালমান খান কিংবা ঢালিউডের ডিপজল চৌধুরী এই চুরি কইরা অন্যের জীবনযাপন করার সবচেয়ে মজার অভিজ্ঞতাটা হইল এক পুলিশের পোশাক পইরা চোর থেকে পুলিশ বনে যাওয়া যায় আর নিজেকে নিজে এই বইলা সান্ত্বনা দেওয়া যায়, বাবু সারা জীবন এই সূত্রটা না ভুলিস, মানুষ মাত্রই কখনো চোর কখনো বাসে পুলিশ। হ্যালো, ইন্সপেক্টর নাজিমুদ্দৌলা বলছি। মালা 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 শোনো শোনো শোনো, আমি ধরছি, বলো। আমার পকেটে 20 টাকাও নাই, অথচ আমি মালার জন্য মোবাইল পছন্দ করি, মোবাইল মার্কেট ঘুইরা ঘুইরা। যদিও জানি না মোবাইল কেনার টাকাটা কই থেকে আসবে। এইরকম দুঃখে কবিরা নীরব হয়ে যায়, আর আমার হয় উল্টা। আমি মনে মনে বলি, হায় রে মালা, তোকে দেখলেই কমে যায় হৃদয়ের জ্বালা। অপেক্ষায় আছি তোমাকে করব এমন কাবু, প্রেমে পাগল হয়ে সারাদিন শুধু ডাকবা বাবু বাবু বাবু।
Vai un sarcasmo Cici gai Vai oh Vai đều Bay Bay không Bay không Bay không Không rồi Rồi Bao nhiêu phút đi 00335 không mất tích yes núp quay không biết không hiểu núp vậy con tàu ê cái con họ chấm mà mấy con bằng kia là họ chấm hết chẳng biết là bao nhiêu wow cái quay tài là lúc đó để được và này rồi đi như vậy đây ngủ đắp làm sao vậy chuồn tao mày chuồn tao mày thích làm hỏng cho mình không lợn này xiềng vang với trang bị đặc sắc sọc của tôi định tôi chơi tính Timor anh còn bài Timor bút skin Timor quá cay xa nhá nhưng mà có ấn độ được để dành Timor skin xăm được ai à ngon đây là giá trị của đỡ đầu rồi Cây đúng, cây xa, đúng rồi. Đau hai là đau nữa. Ba là đau nữa. Ba là đau. Hai cái được vẫn vẫn nói. Chuẩn. Dễ cho thầy. Chia chia gai. Nước này, tôi để cho tự bay. Có muối nhỉ? What the hell? Chuẩn ra. Cút hết. Có lẽ nào em vội quên đi và có lẽ nào 500 củ ấy 614 củ à, thế mình kiếm 100 củ nữa sự là có nổi không? Ôi à không được, anh đã ấn vội rồi. Có lẽ 62 triệu rồi. 62 triệu rồi. Cũng một lần quay được gần 100 củ ấy. 100 củ không? Mình quay được 400 lap à? Được 400 lap phải được 100 củ. Lớp của bố nào Vương miện định mệnh. Rồi xong, biết đánh bài gì rồi? Đánh bài gì rồi, biết đánh bài gì rồi? Tôi nhặt bài này. Có lẽ nào em vội quên đi và có lẽ nào quên đi có lẽ nào anh trong tâm trí em. Ôi gà cho cái này à? Là vậy nào? Xong đi. Vua tối ưu Aria bán này. Mèo 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 phải đét không đẹp. 598 củ chưa đủ, chưa phải là tất cả. Mấy thằng ấy ra quát pet ở cái map 2 này sử có đéo gì trốn. Cái pet thì yếu như lợn. Anh khinh khinh yes khinh beat ITCS big 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 ai à Torres xì xì nhiều sao Torres xì 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 ra Torres rồi xì 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 gai xì xì cút cút xì xì ra Torres à chưa ok lần nào cũng phải lắp cái danh nga xoa. Big IC Basikia. Ủa Xuân bố Hiếu béo đang playing Space War. Cái gì vậy? Ui ôi nháy phát 2 lần. Chuẩn không vậy chấm. Chuẩn đét cho thôi. Chuẩn và đét như phi công vậy. Ok bay tiếp bay cao. Thu rồi sao nhỉ? Thu rồi sao ấy? Thôi thằng Zena bắn đau lắm. Zena 2 đồ rồi chịu. Zena Sojin mấy cả cuồng đau đều hiểu. Vội vậy chồng 6.8 à. Vậy